Welcome back to the adventure of the Great Deku Tree by LEGO Legend of Zelda. This is set number 77092. Contains 2,500 pieces. Retails for $299.99. And the set was provided by the LEGO Group as a requested review. Thank you, LEGO. And what we're seeing here is bags 1 through 9. Okay, so let's put the focus on manual here. I have it on this piece of wood for the turntable just because I was using the this table earlier for tutorials. Yeah, you heard me correctly. And essentially this is what we've been working on here. And yeah, so bags 1 through 9, and we're at the point now in the book where we have to split between one of these models here. My brick separator goes flying out of the book. And we're going to be doing the main model. We'll do the secondary model at a later date, so we're not going to do that right this moment here. And so far I've been pretty pleased. So we're going to do the Breath of the Wild, which is the main one. Okay, and I'm pretty pleased with the build so far. And I think we're still working on the main model. I just kind of glanced through the book, so let's put this stuff over here. And I'm not dissatisfied with the set. I mean, it's probably at a 9.8 right now, not too terribly bad, but the build experience is really good if you're looking for something fun to do, especially during the summer months. Well, here you go. And that does come with that brick separator too. And in this installment, we're going to be doing bags 10, 11, and 12. Now, it wants us to pour both these out, so I will index it as such. Well, let's begin with bags 10 and 11. Let's build it, and there's not a lot of space over here. Just things are falling off. See, this is the type of stuff that's dinging the score down. There's just... this set is so big, it's hard to put on this little workbench. So, while I'm waiting for my dinner to cook, I figure I'll do some bags, or try to. And, yeah. And, honestly, it looks like we're building something pretty small, so maybe I can set this thing off to the side. I didn't plan on that because, like I said, I just kind of glanced through the book here and not really pay attention to what we're doing. But it's and today is March 30th, 2025. Okay. So what I'm gathering is right now this is where we're going to be working at. So let me let me get the camera situated here. It's one of those days. I've been really wanting to work on the tutorial stuff, but you know, that kind of thing. And whoops, that's usually how it goes. Okay, we are sharp. There we go. And yeah, let's get going here. And I've been pretty pleased with it. It's just a lot of vomit colors. And that's what I call them. I mean, I could use these pieces for other things. But yeah, now we're getting down to the medium small stuff that we're going to have to spend probably 30 minutes per bag for. So we got to pour out bags 10 and 11. But before we pour all of them out, we're going to start with just bag 10. And we're going to see. Okay. And yeah, before you can even... So this is just bag 10, and look, I need a 6x8 plate. And why do they do it like that? I don't know. Because bag 11 has this, so yeah, you got to pour them all out. I don't understand Lego's numbering sometimes, so it may take us 20 minutes to unbag it. We're getting there. It's a lot of small pieces, so you know, just have to deal with it here. And okay, now we can begin. And I mean, I'm happy with the set. I really am. Now, can you see what I'm doing here? And I think I can bring this booger down here just a bit. There we go. So I've been kind of just relaxing, and I've been editing some tutorials. I just got one done. I'm doing graphics now, so during breaks I will be rendering up some stuff. So let's just see if we can breeze through this. I'll tell you, editing 4K videos that are shorter are a lot easier than these hour-and-a-half ones, so I'm going to try to keep them more speedy. Let's see if I can do it. We got some more dinosaur parts, but you could use these for tree limbs. Now, like I have said before in a few videos, I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, so, you know, that's to be expected. I haven't really sat down and played Legend of Zelda, especially the newer ones, in years. So I just, you know, think about getting older. You don't have the time to do it like you used to. Okay, so yeah, I mean, at least now I put it right on the little crosshair on the camera. We got to make 2 of these now. And I've just been trying to get building guides done. Every time I want to get a guide done, I have to stop and do something else. Yeah, it's stuff that I want to get done. I remember in the last installment I mentioned I did a couple of vehicles. I got those, and I got 5 videos left to film for the year, and that's pretty good considering that now I'm just trying to do the set reviews. And you know what's coming up, guys and gals? No, not that. Oh, you're close, but not close enough. Technic. And we're hunting for little parts now. Oh, yeah, I think Lego is kind of going to kill this set off here with the bags. Why don't we just do bag 10 for one section, bag 11 for another is beyond me. Probably the secondary build probably has that. Okay, got to start sorting by color. Looking for another one of these little slopes. And yeah, we're messing with little parts. So if you don't like little pieces, now we're getting to that point in the set where it's like you're going to be hammered with them. The other bags, remember how the last installment was like 45 minutes or something? And then now we are hitting this stuff here, which is just small stuff, like literally. We just got, the set just took a turn, and now we're hitting everything but small. And I could have pre-sorted these before I started the build, but I mean, really, who does that? Very few people. There it is. I don't like to pre-sort either. Okay. And now we stick these here, where these are hanging over by a stud like that. Yeah, so I noticed I've been reading more comments on here, and a lot of you appreciate the channel, the commentary. That's cool. It motivates me to do more stuff. Oh, paper hat. I know a certain restaurant that uses those, not in that color, but you know. But my friend told me though, he's already got this. So he goes, "You're going to be in for a good build, though." And yeah, so far it's been, some parts have been challenging, but well, now we're going to get to Technic here in a second. I just got to find the other arch piece. And yeah, there we go. And then that's what we're doing there. So they sneak Technic in on you here. I don't know what it does, but we'll find out here. So this piece here is done for right now. Okay, sorry about that. Now we're on Technic. And let's start sorting things out here. I need I need one of these right now. I think it's just one. And it tells me a number 4. Well, that's not it. That's something to use for like the wheels or something. These are 4 stud long. So the little 4 with a circle by it just means it's 4 studs. How do you measure your axles? I'll show you here for those who don't know. If this is your first set, just put them by your studs and just count the studs. And that's how you'd find out. So it's not terribly difficult there. And yeah, so we're building a Lego set, and I'm seeing Technic in here. And, okay, well, I found this gray piece that goes in here. So I'm going to try to make sure I go through this part very slow. You know, it might be a help to somebody who's watching this, especially for me if I get lost and I got to watch the footage because I wasn't paying attention or something. All right, and then so I don't know what you use Technic for. Maybe to make a drawbridge go up. We don't know. Maybe there's a drawbridge that goes in that door. We have no clue what it is. So we'll find out eventually. And so far, that's what we've done. And yeah, I'm glad I get to help you guys and gals out with your builds. And when I started this channel, that was not my intent, was to be a help desk by any means. But I noticed it's been kind of evolving into that. So, like I said, if you find these videos helpful, let me know. And if there's any improvements, and I don't get too cranky, we'll see what I can do here. At least I'm being honest with you. I've been kind of cranky lately because I've just been tired. Work just been kind of brutal. Of course, it's Sunday, so you know what means tomorrow is Monday. I hate Mondays. Why can't Mondays just go away? Then the Tuesday would be a new Monday. And then that kind of thing. So every 20 or so minutes I'm going to stop the video and save my work. And you know what I forgot to do? Clean off this memory card in here. Whoops! And it's stuff that I haven't finished editing yet, so I may have to split files up here. So if it cuts out, then we know what I did. It's like, I forgot to do something. Yeah, I forgot to do that, so hopefully we can get it all to fit in here. This machine here, it says I have 6 hours, 17 minutes, but I think that's battery life. That don't make any sense because these memory cards only go up to 2 hours. Alright, so that goes like that. I mean, so far, yeah, it's Technic. We're just going to have to bellyache through this one here. In addition to small parts, tons of pieces. Yeah, so bags 11 and 12 are not for the faint of heart. So if you're like me and you hate Technic, I mean, I don't hate it, I'll tolerate it, but now I'm getting kind of irritated because there's just so many small parts now. We just went from big pieces to tiny parts. And for those who get kind of angry, no, I'm not complaining, it's just part of the build. That kind of thing. Yeah, so this is at least something different than I normally would ever build. So maybe there's some mechanics in here we don't know yet. And then another bearing. I don't have any of these noodle pieces in this color. Can you still see what I'm doing in here? I need to keep my hand right there. Right there. Okay. And then this goes here, I think. No, well, let's see. Whatever it is, if it works when we're done, then we did it right. And let me put my hand in front of this here. Oh, there is a time. I got 15 minutes. So I will have to split the video down. Alright, so I was trying to avoid that. Splitting videos. That means when I go through and edit, I'll have to be very careful. I had to pick the memory card that was full. I had one that I cleaned off. Well, I know. I need to number them, but that still wouldn't have done anything. At least it's not the tutorial, so when I'm done with this, I'll start sending things up here, because this has already got part 3. Put those on there now. Yeah, I've got probably, let's say, 10 minutes to really get it done, and yeah, we got, look at all the sub-steps. We just got these items here. We really haven't put anything massive together yet, so I have a feeling something big is going to happen here. And we don't know. Let's see. Yeah, you could still see. As long as I keep my hand right where it's at, it should be fine. I have a neighbor who just constantly, I guess they put a basketball hoop and he just constantly bounced that basketball all day long. I was like, I couldn't even do that. But they won't be out there in a month or two because it'll be like 100 and something degrees and no shade. Yeah, they won't last too long, I'll tell you that. Of course, my neighbors probably complained when I would drag out all the surfing gear. I miss that surfing, skateboarding, hiking, all that stuff, camping, but I don't do that anymore. All right. And then after that, I almost skipped a page. This goes upside down. Oh, it goes in here like that, I think. Man, it doesn't want to go in there, but there you go. And we survived that part. Well, at least it's somewhat of a decent sized part now. And then these just sit in here. I don't want to move that too much because I'm afraid, like, see, this looks kind of out of whack here. I just don't want to move it too much until we kind of put it all together here. So this guy goes right here. Hey, you know, it's at least not yellow and your typical yellow and black Technic pieces that we usually put together. But wait, what are we missing here? Well, that's just left. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Okay, I missed a part. I was like, something's going on here. Technic is something I will be royally messing up on. So if you're looking for a professional tutorial, this channel's not it. But I'll try my best here to put that together. So if you think you're missing something, just take a breather and back up a bit. Oh, see, now that Smurf came apart. So be very careful. That's why I don't like Technic, because things don't really cooperate very well. You got cross axles that don't want to stay together. And then we need one more a half beam right here. That's a half beam. At least I know some of my Technic parts. For those who ask why don't I review Technic sets, that's why. So, and then after that, it's another one of those. I'm really trying to go slow here for you, so even for myself, my own reference, just in case. And then this goes in here, just like the other one across from it, like that. I don't know what it does yet, but we don't know. We have no clue what this does here. Now we got to get some noodles, some macaroni parts. Try to force that in there. And then I gotta, okay, I guess they want it, they want it like that. And then a black cross axle in there. Okay, and it looks like it goes right here. Alright, so right in that hole there. 10 minutes left. Alright, then we got to do some more noodles here. I'm hoping to get to a good stopping point, just because I'll have to split this. Yeah, I've never had that happen before. I need to get some more memory cards eventually. But yeah, if you like these videos, you know, some of you told me in the comments you like this style of video. It's different. Because I don't do the same thing like everybody else does. Here, it's all about building. If I do a speed build, I may as well just do animations. What is that for? Is it like the safety bracket when you go in there? Is it like a Disneyland ride? We don't know what this is yet. Alright, we need a gray Technic pen. And the book doesn't tell you. Oh no, it's different. Okay, I'm saying they don't tell you, but you got to make 2 of these. And it doesn't really show. Hold on. This is in the back. Okay. This is in the second hole right here. Okay. I was looking at that very slow. See what I mean? I'm not good with techniques, so it's like plumbing. A couple weeks ago, I had to install a toilet by myself, and I'm by all means not a good plumber, but I got it in there and it doesn't leak. I caulked around the base and everything. It looks really good. So yeah. And then we come back to this main thing here, and we set it on here like this. And yeah, and just press that down. I don't know what that's for. It's cool, but what do you do with it? Is it like a Disneyland ride? We don't even know yet. Alright, we don't know. And then stick this right there. I think that hangs over by 2 studs. It looks like it does. And there's a bunch of parts here going in here at one time, so just be very careful with it, I've noticed with the book. I know somebody said I've been like a lifesaver because you didn't have the book, or the book doesn't cover something very well. I'm glad I'm at least helping you with that, because yes, sometimes those books can grow legs and walk off, or they can just simply just not help you enough with the steps. I'm looking for another 1x3 here. Alright. And where are we at with time here? Alright, we've almost made it up to 25 minutes. Yeah, I time my sessions so I know how much time I've been spending on this. Gives me an estimate here of what we're doing. And now mind you, we're still working on bags 11 and 12. They're kind of grouped together. So yeah. Then we got some downwards 1x2 angler brackets or plates. I need 2, but where did the other one go? Did it walk away? I don't know. Yeah, I was outside earlier today. I thought, man, I miss the outdoors and camping and stuff. This would be a good set to build outside on the patio. But with the neighbors sometimes blaring out their music, I don't want to have to mute half the audio. So I keep it all in there. All right, I'm missing a downwards bracket here. Let's start sorting by color here, and maybe it's still in the bag, we don't know. Lego, you should never have done this and dumped all these parts out like this, because it's confusing for a lot of people, especially for us who are not really into Technic. So it might still be in a bag, because I don't see it anywhere. Not in that one, obviously. Oh dear, are we losing pieces? Or did it fall on the floor? No, because actually there's nothing down here now. Yeah, we are missing one of these. Let me check the booklet here, make sure it's not hiding it or anything. Yeah, I'm limited on memory card space, and then now I'm losing parts. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to take a breather like being forced to one. and find out where that part went, because I can't continue on here without it. And if it cannot be found, it's missing a part. So, well, yeah, because my camera here has 6 minutes left. Let me see what's after this here. Oh, I was hoping this is just going to go on forever. Okay, I'm missing a part, so let me see if I can find it real quick, and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I had to rustle one of these out of my own collection, but we're going to take a look back in here, make sure. And yeah, I don't see it, and it wouldn't have fell back over, because I pulled all this out and looked. And yeah, it's MIA, so we'll give it a whirl. And if the piece doesn't show up by the end of the of this build session, then it won't be a good review. I still have to review accordingly, but I really checked everything, so we'll see how it goes. So I'll have to note that we are missing one piece. I had to grab. I mean, thank goodness I hoard parts, but yeah. And out of all places it had to happen there, and I switched memory cards. So now I have 1 hour left. So I'm gonna have to make a note that I had to split cards. I may have to keep doing that. But yeah, this is the 4th build installment on this. That's not too bad. I'm hoping it to be no more than 6. But as that piece could still turn up in here, we don't know. I'm looking for a sloper. Is that missing too? Oh, there it is. Something's just hard to see though. But yeah, I'm not sure what this does. And yeah, I also had a chicken dinner tonight, so that's what I had before I came back. And then these go on here. Now, is this part critical? Probably, those angle plates. But if you're missing pieces out of your set, you can contact Lego's customer service. They'll send you a new piece. That's the good thing about it. The problem is that it takes 2 weeks to get the parts. Well, for me anyways. And I mean, yeah, what I was told, they go by weight. But we'll see here. And no, it's not anywhere else in here. You know what? I wonder if that's the bottom jaw to the tree. You know what? I bet that is right there. I bet that's what that is. I bet this tree will talk to us if we put the finger in the back and do that. We have no clue, but we'll find out eventually what it does. Yeah, so I've been just kind of wanting to get my own builds done. I'm hoping tonight I got to get a building guide done, and I have to do that. And yeah, definitely this is a mouth. I mean, look. Hello. This set is already missing pieces. I'm disappointed. Alright. And then, yeah, we got more Technic. So, I got to think of fair scoring to do other than just fell in the set for one missing piece. Because stuff like that I know I didn't misplace. So I got to maybe ding off a whole point for each piece. It's not a collaborative build, obviously, so that's something that can be noted there. Okay. I don't know what that is. And you know what I noticed? We're zoomed all the way out. There we go. I notice when I turn the camera off and turn it back on, it does that, so it's kind of... Sometimes I make boo-boos, but... So yeah, we're basically doing 2 bags here. So what we just did, we just finished up 1 bag. I guess we're doing the other one now. And we still got to do that one after this. And after that, we put these in here. I'm not sure what this is, but that looks more like the bottom jaw on the front of the book. So this thing must do a lot of stuff, because we're still putting in. Okay, it goes right there. I mean, what is that in case it's meant to attach other things? We don't know. We have no clue. That's sometimes just the fun part about building Lego sets. You don't know what the designers are doing. You know, you got to kind of interpret what they're doing here. Hoping you can still see what we're doing here. I know it's very cluttery up here. Now, how sharp is the picture here? Alright, let's see if we can bring that in for you a bit better here. Alright. Because the Technic stuff, yeah, I think if you're not good with Technic, I think a lot of people will be probably viewing that section more than anything. So yeah, if you're missing a piece out of a set, just any set in general, you can always contact Lego and they'll send you something. So we put the little paper hats on here, like that. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. It makes a great little, if you had them in white, or even tan, they'd make great little, bedside lamps for like a bedroom set or something. And it looks like we need a light gray. Yeah, I've been looking at maybe it's dark gray. Looking at places to go camping and stuff, and seeing my bunch doesn't like doing it. I was thinking about more of a solo type thing. And yeah, if you want, you can come along with me. How about that? It'd be kind of cool. Just bring the camera gear and kind of just document things. I would have to get a GoPro for that, but it would be kind of cool. This camera that I'm using now would stay here. It would not. No, it would, that'd be too big. Too big. Alright, so these go in here. Whoa, where are you going? I don't mean me missing any more parts, Mr. Whatchamacallit. Oh, that's falling apart. We're going to have to bring that down to a 9.7 now. It's already brittle and falling apart. Well, those are kind of crooked. Huh. Does it matter which way they go? Well, look, they are crooked in the book. So, I don't think it really matters. Well, at least now I can see. Isn't that cool? Alright. And then now we're doing some more sub-steps here. I mean, I gotta have fun doing these. I'd go bonkers if I couldn't. And I have a hard drive in my computer. I'm still using a mechanical hard drive for just temporary archives, and Windows 11 like shutting it off randomly. And yeah. Oh, wait a minute. This doesn't go here. Now, just remember though, this set does come with a brick separator, so don't worry if you're missing it. or I'm missing it here because, yeah, if you're missing yours, contact Lego, but mine's is MIA because I don't know what I did with it, but I know it came with one. That much I do know. Okay. And then after that, it goes right here. And yeah, it must be the nose. And then now we got to put it on the big thing. Alright, so I got to bring that back over here. So we're done with this section here. Let's move all that out of the way. Okay. Let's move all that back here. Alright, and then it shows the back here. Don't worry, we'll get there in a second. And what it does is that it attaches in here. Now remember when we do the, when I take this thing apart, I got a note on how it goes together so I can dismantle it. You may have to wiggle that in. Now, does this corner line up with that? Okay, it's flush with the back here. So, let's see. Now, this is something I don't want to just start forcing in, pounding it in there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it's not firmly attached. Just look down in here. It's hard to, this camera's not the easiest thing to move. And just, I'm putting my hands in here like this. Let me bring this up so you can see a bit more here what I'm doing. Alright, so I just put my fingers in here and I'm just kind of, and I got my other fingers on the other side like this. And I'm just kind of pressing down here, not forcing it down, I'm wiggling it in. And then now it should be in there, and it is, I think we are good here. And then, yeah, that is exactly what it is. So now it's starting to look like something. Let's see here. Yeah, so now, at least it can talk to us now. I wish it would really talk to us, but it's not. And I will be right back. Alright, now we're moving on to step 124, and we are working up here now. So what I'm going to do is raise this up, and we're going to focus our attention here. Okay, and you know what I forgot to do? Turn on the ring light. Okay. And then the viewfinder's way up here now, so it's going to be hard for me to see that. Okay, and this goes right in the center here. This is about probably 8, maybe 10 inches. They show the jaws stay enclosed like that, but mine just... It's almost like there's supposed to be something attached to this. Huh. Kind of wiggly. We'll have to see here. Of course, we're not done yet, so it's hard to say. Let me make sure. Did we miss anything? Because I didn't see any strings or anything in here, so, or rubber bands. Okay. I think the best thing I can do is keep it on here, so it's a little easier to manhandle. That's probably not the right word for it, but just to, you know, easy to move it around and stuff. Those are just tacked in there, and we got some of these. I mean, we got a hole here in the middle, so we don't know what's going on here. See, the deal with these sometimes, think of it as like an adventure. That's why I say join the adventure, because we don't know. Everything's got a twist and turn here. And I'm missing one of those corner tiles, and I don't think I have those in olive green, so I'm hoping I can find it. Hey, at least the part that was missing was something I had a bunch in my inventory. And then we now need to build something with hinges. They're duplicates, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to build the left one first. I just need to get one of these. So yeah, this is going to be a very slow build today. It's all small. We hadn't even moved to bag 12 yet. We're still on 10 and 11. So if you're looking for something you can rush and get done real quick to show your buddies, yeah, this is not it. Can you still see what I'm doing? No? Right there. I got to put it there now. All right. That's the thing about not having that extra screen. I don't know. I do have a television, a flat screen, that does have an HDMI input, so I might be able to do that, or just take another old computer monitor and do that. Okay, and then now this piece here goes right in here. Okay, that's where it goes. And then now we got to make the one on the top part of the page. I'm really stretching over here. This thing's big, huh? It's a big set. Well, that's not the right one we need. That's the one we need. And then that. And then this little booger goes on the other side of the tree. It's basically just a mirror. Okay. Well, it goes right there. Did I must have put that in backwards, but I didn't. Oh, you know why? Because I put the hinge on backwards. Whoops. Oh, well, get that popped off there. Well, the whole thing's going to disintegrate, so we'll just deal with it like that. Alright, now we'll put that on the right way. Like I said, at least I don't edit out all the mistakes that I'm making. Okay, step 126. It looks like the nose. Alright. So what I'm going to do here, because it's pretty big, I'm going to bring this back down to here. Okay, and then I need something to focus in here. Okay. We'll be done with this bag here in probably about an hour. It's all... I remember that one set we were building, it was just hideous with just tons of small pieces, and this is kind of bringing back a flashback of that. Because it was just all small stuff that I could live without. I can't get it anymore in the center. And then after that would be a couple of tiles. And then after the tiles are those things. Make sure I put these in the right way. And then, so far, yours should look like that. And then after that, we put these in. I need more of these, not in that color, but it's a nice part to have. I guess this must be the nose. Looks like it. And we flip it over. And we got to make two of these little bracket things here. Yeah, I haven't seen that plate come up yet. When I'm done filming, I will really dig in here and make sure again. Because I'm kind of pressed for time, because in an hour or two I got to get ready for bed because I got to be up at 3 in the morning. So that's unfortunate for me. Work duties. Alright, so go like this. Maybe that's the nostrils. We don't know what that is. And then we're not done with that yet. Now we got to put in, we got to do Technic now. Okay, so we're not even, I don't know what that does. It looks like it might be the nose. I'm not sure. And yeah, I was looking for one of these in white for a build, and I didn't have any. Oh, wait, don't put that all the way in. I almost messed up. Stick it in like that because they want this piece in the middle here. Like that. And then shove that all the way in there. I need a bushing. And a happy little 1x1 brick with crosshole. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. That's what yours is supposed to look like there. And then it goes inside the nose part. Well, this is upside down, and I don't know how critical it is. This piece has got to be facing like that. And if you've noticed, I'm not committing to anything. So they'll snap right inside these little tubes, these real round things here. So that's what yours is supposed to look like there. Alright, and then after that, we still got a long ways to go here. We've been on this set for almost, let me see here, about almost an hour. We're getting close to that. And we still haven't even finished up this set of bags yet. Okay. And this goes here. Okay. Alright, we got to build two of these that are mirrors, but I think what I'm going to do, there's not that many parts on here, so I'm not going to. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. And I got to find the wedge plates that go in this way here. And then this guy goes here. And it'll snap right into place like that too. So yeah, I survived that. I survived that. We're ready to go here. And I got this. Well, this is facing the wrong way. And then this one goes here. But I did it again. I put this one on backwards. See what I mean? It's tricky. You gotta be careful. So I'm going to say that the build on this, you're going to have to really pay attention to the book. I mean, just hardcore pay attention. This is a set that you can just really mess up real quick. Okay, and then this goes on these two axles right here. So I'm assuming, let me get this back over here for you. What I'm gathering here is these two things go in here, and these top holes here. So I think it is possible we could break this thing apart. All right, it looks like it fits in there, because that's where it says to snap it. Now I'm just kind of, I'll show you where I'm grabbing it when I'm pushing this down. I'm grabbing right here and just squeezing this. Okay. So it's starting to look like something now. It really is. And we still got plenty of parts here on the workbench. And now it looks like we're building the eyebrows for this. So what I'm gathering is, what I'm going to do here is we're going to build these. They're both mirrors, so we're just going to build these real quick right now. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it here. But before I do, I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So this one here is the one I'm building from the book, and this one's going to be its reflection. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, but I'm glad that these videos do help everyone out. I was hoping to get away with not having, I don't like the way I did that. There we go. A long build installment. I thought this one's going to be about an hour. These have been approaching an hour, almost an hour and a half. And not a whole lot I can do about the length and the runtime of these. They're just, it is what it is. And for some reason, 4K is not very nice when it comes to big stuff like this. Yeah. Now, I would not be focusing on 4K on this, but this is something that we really need to, I've got to put the stud on that one. I really need to, kind of want to document what I'm doing here. So, yeah, this is, see. They're almost mirrors if I put this one on backwards. Whoopsie. There we go. Okay, then we gotta put, I don't think it matters. I don't think it does. These go in here. And then the cross axle thing. So I don't, like I said, I don't know how critical this is, so yet. That's the beauty of this, though. I can walk you through it. And then now back to the creepy tree. Maybe that's what the name should have been, creepy tree. All right. And now we got to fix the eyebrows to this, but it's kind of elaborate here for what we're doing. So what I'm gathering is these go into what hole? Probably the first hole like that. Well, it doesn't stay up. Am I breaking something? Am I doing something wrong? Because nothing's working right now. It's just kind of being a turd. Hold that straight. And you got to make sure. I think this is critical. This has to be the same way as that. So the book shows it stays up by itself. Mine doesn't do that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not special enough. I have no clue. All right. But we're getting there. It's a work in progress. This creepy tree is just he's seen better days right now. He's ready for a vacation. He's like, Jay, just I'm due for a cool down, you know. Okay, well, not sure what that's about. And we just put the other one in there. And I'm not even gonna, I'm just gonna leave it where the things at here. Let me do that. And my voice wants to crack. Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay. Don't worry, I edited all that out so you didn't have to hear me spazzing up stuff. Here we go. That's the only time I'll edit these things out, though, but I didn't take away from the bill. And then make sure you put the hinge part facing towards us, like that. And then this goes right here. This must be the bridge of the nose. Attaches right to these studs here. May have to hinge it a bit. Yeah, it's starting to look like something now. We're going to have to put something above the eyebrows, so this is probably what's going to hold these here. We don't know. And it looks like they're mirrors, but I think what I'm going to do is just kind of build these real quick, one at a time. It's easy when I'm working on something small, but when I'm doing this big stuff, not this specific size, but I'm looking for the other one of these, the other way. There we go. Okay, I think it goes how? Like that? Yeah, that's how it goes. And then this goes, you rotate it, and goes right. Where does that go now? It's right above. Okay. Let's see here. As I'm pulling this up, you know what? I think I did these wrong, the eyebrows. Okay, so I did these wrong here. I'm glad now I'm documenting all this for you here. It's supposed to go like that. It goes in the same spot. Now you notice it's not falling down, but it's not doing anything either, so maybe I got to pull this out and flip them. It's like, well, how are we going to put that other piece in there? Well, that's how it's supposed to be. Alright, let's see here. And then this, we're right back to where we started from. But see, mine doesn't even... Boy, these really are messed up. Hold on. Okay, let's... I may have to start all over again. Yeah, now you see why I hate Technic. I don't like dealing with it. Unfortunately, I am stuck with the Technic for a while. Let's make sure. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Oh, I did have one person one time make fun of me and called me some very inappropriate stuff. This is a while back. Because I couldn't follow the directions and put the building set together. And I was like, you know, dude, don't take this channel seriously. And second, cussing me out is not going to make me a better builder. And 3, you're blocked. I was like, yeah, there's always that one person. He's probably not... Boy, I hate Technic with a passion. It was probably not fun at parties, so probably why he was watching Lego videos at home. Alright. Alright, so I think that's where that's going to go. And then this is supposed to go in here. So I think this turns with this. See what I mean? I do not ever filter my stuff out. Okay, I never do that. I never edit things when I make a mistake. Some people want that perfect video. No, not here. Here, I want to make sure that you are getting a good build experience or viewer experience. Because if I make a mistake, chances are somebody else probably goofed up too. And I'm just going to squeeze those. And yeah, it looks just like the picture there. I think we're good. Alright, we're obviously not done yet because we got a bunch of these things. So now we're going to have to start piecing things together. Now, these are mirrors, so I'm just going to start preparing them now. Okay. And it's just better to start putting things together at this moment here, because I really want to get back onto my stuff. I didn't know this was going to take a long time, but when we had not only, we had small parts. Okay, so it's like this, and it looks like it goes like this. That means that this guy here is the same way, but in reverse. Okay. These are good little tree pieces if you can get them in appropriate colors. And then after that, it goes on the front. So, put the creepy vines on there. And let's see here. These plug in somewhere. The book doesn't really tell us where it plugs in at. You just have to guess. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, there's a Technic hole right there. So we just need to put that in there. It's plug and play ready. Unless I mess up. Like that. Okay, I think that's what it is. Alright. It looks like it's right where it's supposed to be, obviously. So we know I didn't mess up there. Alright, let's see, get that one right in that hole, right in here. Uh-oh, things starting to come apart, better be careful. Yeah, well, alright, that fell off. I think I'm going to drop this down probably to a 9 right now, just because now we're experiencing parts falling off, and trying to get back in here and figure out where that went is going to be a pain. Ooh, okay, we're going to have to take most of this off. Sorry, Lego, I'm going to have to drop this thing down to an 8.5. It's just getting to that point where now it's brittle. Why didn't we put these on here in the first place? Would have been a lot better. And yeah, I have no problem with failing stuff, guys and gals. So just, if you're looking for a positive review, you may want to watch another YouTuber. See, it's fallen off. This is not, you think there'd be more supports on here. What about this? Wouldn't it hold it in, unless that's what these are for? But I'm not getting any bite onto that. It's just falling apart. Like, just, it's crumbling. Let me see here. The thing is, let me get this off here real quick. Yeah, it'd probably be an hour just for this. This will probably be my longest installment yet. I don't see how. Let's see here if I can see it. I don't know. It's just falling apart. you could see the plates right there, and it's just not biting into it. There's really no way to really fix that in there without it crumbling apart, without me breaking it. And this is, it feels good on this corner here, but yeah, see, it's starting to bite onto these. You know what if I pulled these? Okay, this thing's being a POS right now, like seriously. At an 8 it is. I'm dropping it down to an 8 because I'm frustrated, and 2, it's already fallen apart. It's, I'd like to say it's an unsmurfy design. I would have said another bad word with it, but I'm keeping these family friendly here. How do we get this out? I'm just going to pull the whole thing out. That's why I do these, so you can see where the reviews are coming from here. That's how it goes. This goes in here like this, like that. That's what it's supposed to do the first time around, but I couldn't get it to line up. Now it's in there. All right. Then these go back in here. Lego, why didn't you do this instead? This is a lot better because now I'm only worrying about these 2 Technic pins here. And it should just go right in, hopefully, because it's just locked in place. I'm hoping that'll work. Because if I have to spend an hour on this, it's not good. Yeah, that was a lot better that way. Just to build the whole assembly and then just drop it in. And then just swing this stuff in here. Like that. So if yours doesn't attach very well, just pull the whole nose assembly off and start there. And now, it just doesn't, well... Oh yeah, this is really kind of just barely tacked in here. This is not like one of my builds. Be very careful with this. It's an 8, just due to build quality. Just that alone, yeah, it's first somebody says it's a skill issue. No, it's just the way it's designed. Their designers were more focused on the dainty stuff than trying to make it robust. Alright, now we're going to turn our attention to the inside and hopefully nothing breaks apart in here. And now we know where these go. We got to attach them to these balls here. And I think, can you see what I'm doing? Let's do it right there. Let's readjust our focus because we want to make sure in case I mess up and I have to look the footage. Snap that there and there. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's probably how the mouth stays closed. Okay. Alright. And then now we put the 2x2 plate up here, right on this 1x2 lip, right inside there. And this goes here. This panel actually goes this way. Okay. But we have extra pieces. Like, where did that come from? Was that the mistake we had? All right, let's go take a look. Let me put that brick separator in there. Yeah, this is, I don't even know how much space I have left on my memory card. 24 minutes. Oh yeah, that's, I'm going to be cutting it close here. If not, I'll have to delete some files. I'm seeing where that red brick went, but if not, then we had found the missing piece. Like I said, Lego will sometimes they'll make mistakes. I'm just checking all the sub steps. And yeah, it's, I wish they'd give you what parts are in each bag. Would have been a lot better. I'm looking for anything that's red, but the only thing I see red in here, I mean, we don't have anything else here. Yeah, that's it. We found it. So indeed, Lego had packed up the wrong part. Now, only one way to find out is to look at the back of the book. And here's all the red pieces here. Let me focus this in here real quick, and I'm going to have to go lecture somebody about bringing animals in the house. Yeah, I don't see any 1x1 bricks. Lego, I'm going to ding it down to a 7 just because you missed parts. You told on yourself this time. Yeah, so they put the wrong part in there. I mean, I've had it happen maybe one other time in a Lego set. Just one. So, yeah, right now we're already getting down to about a 7 right now just because the face is disintegrating and there was a missing piece. So be careful, your bags might be missing stuff too. Other than the reject part that's in here, and this is what we have remaining for bags 10 and 11. We finally got that all done. Okay, now we are going to turn our attention to bag 12. And it doesn't look that scary, so maybe I can survive through it. And it looks like it's just accessories that go onto the base. Well, no, we got a lot of small parts in that, so this is going to be another 20 minutes. Yeah, so that face part on there with the Technic, that was a turd. That was a turd. Remember when I said about the reviews, though, when I do these, you know, when you're looking at a set to buy, like this, for example, let's see here, how do we... I mean, yes, this is a set that I requested because I wanted it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good build. We don't know. Alright, so it looks like we're turning our attention back down into here. Right in here. So like I said, you know, some people say you could be biased. We don't know because we just started. You know, out of all the plant pieces I've been whacking into on this, the face was the worst part. So once you get your face on this together, just be very careful not to mess with it too much. Alright, and I'm almost out of memory cards. We've got like 20 minutes left to do this, and yeah, that's not a lot of parts, and I don't know why they, yeah, they brought a neighbor's dog over, and I said, well, just, it's not that I'm dislike animals or anything, just, I said, I just don't want to have to clean up any messes. I'm worn out, I'm trying to relax, and I don't want to have to spend more time, and it goes right in there like that. So I was like, please guys, please don't. Alright, and then we got to turn our attention into here. Well, obviously something didn't go together very well. Okay. Alright. Can you see what I'm doing? Right here is a good spot. So yeah, remember the last round was a quickie. I think part 2 was. Part 3 took about an hour and a half. This is going to be probably almost 2 hours. And when you're messing with big sets, I'm going to be honest, I kind of regret getting this after all. This is a challenge. But like I said, though, we're doing a walkthrough on it, so you don't have to. And then we have 2 leaf pieces that go on there. At least I can handle this part of the build. There's no Technic involved. I know there's some in the Technic groups that want just nothing but Technic pieces. Oh, we got Steve heads in here. I didn't know that. So we're recycling some of the Minecraft parts into here. And then that goes right in front of this right here. Except the leaves are coming apart. to really force this down. It's not really that big of a space, and the parts are just starting to come apart on that, so you really got to be careful there. And then a flat tile goes in here before I tack that in all the way. And put that there. Alright, now we got to make 4 of these. Are they tiles, or like literally I have nowhere to put the book at right now. You know, I guess I could put it here. You know, for those who are on my main YouTube channel, know that I do the tutorial stuff. So you know that this bench is perfect for doing tutorials. Most of the stuff I build is for, you know, smaller creations, stuff that you can put in your city. I rarely ever get to something this size for build. So that's why you noticed this table is just not, I've outgrown it. Matter of fact, even all the sets that I've had that I received from the LAN, the Ambassador Network, I've actually outgrown my collection. It's gotten to that point where it's getting to be unruly. Alright. Looks like we're building some kind of a bed. Alright, so we'll do it right here. Okay. Now, first off, are we still focused in here? Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Let's see here, focus. Alright. I know the bouncing of the focus, it's kind of irritating, but... Well, I cannot message you right now. I'm right in the middle of doing this thing. I did... Fine, fall down. Right in the middle of doing this, and then... Somebody wanted me to do something for them, like, no, this is Sunday, I want to relax. Oh, speaking of relaxing, here are today's shout-outs. Thank you, everyone, for being my channel supporters. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers, customers who purchase building guides and leave me positive feedback on those, and requests for more building guides. Yeah, I'm trying to get to those soon. And what else? Anybody's got a birthday? Happy birthday to you. And I hope you're enjoying the rantiness of all my building failures here. So yeah. And if you like this channel, feel free to subscribe. If you're tired of seeing this stuff, you know, I understand. And I'm trying to think of anything else here that's worth mentioning to say, but yeah, I most likely just thank you for sticking around. If you stick around this long, let me know in the comments. And are we missing another piece? Because okay, you're looking for a teal bracket? No, that's a green. The color in this is kind of off. I hate to think it's my vision going bad, even worse, but there it is. And then after that is this stuff here. Now I'm going to try to get through this quickly, because I'd like to go do something else other than... I thought I would be done by... It's almost 7:30 in the evening, and I thought I'd be done. I thought this should be no more than an hour and 10 minutes. No, we're already blown past that already, so as far as I know of. And this may be one of those sets that's just going to be like this, because I'm just doing 3 bags. And it could be where I'm here for 2 hours tonight. So something like a tutorial will have to wait, unfortunately. Okay, guys and gals, don't suggest any more big sets like this that are just tons of small parts. Yes. Ooh. Okay, you're not rolling around anymore. I have so many small pieces. Matter of fact, I've overflowed several times on those. But I mean, if you got a request, you know, feel free to shoot one. Okay, I forgot to put the stud flowers in here, these. So I'm just going to stick these in here now and plant those in there. So in addition to things crumbling apart, we're missing a part. And am I kind of upset about it? Yes. But I can't do nothing about it. I can contact Lego and say, hey, I'm missing a piece. And they'll send me a new one. I got a bunch of them in my inventory. But that's what we're doing with the review. So I think we're going to be approaching a 7 on this real soon. So I think we're getting to that point. I mean, I'm still engaged in the build. Okay. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yeah, kind of. Trying to show everything here. And it looks like this goes right in between those 4 studs, like right in the middle there. Like that. That's what yours is supposed to look like. And then after that is a couple of these things. So if I run out of memory card space, I'll have to stop again and do that. I mean, it's kind of sad that these sets are just getting so brutal. Okay, and then these. Okay, we need to put 4 of those on there. My bad. You know, and for those who say I don't really pay attention on these, you know, my mind is on the other side of the Lego room workshop with tutorials. And that's where I'm just kind of prototyping, guessing things out, seeing if things work. And then if I find something that's really cool, I can pass that information along to you. That's all on my main channel. Here, I'm mostly focused on copying what the, well, copying, trying to interpret what the book is saying, and having parts coming off on here. Everything just feels like it's just tacked in at this point. Okay, 7 it is. I'm not playing games. This is starting to fall apart. And that fell way back there. It was one of those little pieces. And if I have to get up and get another one, yeah, so be it. I'm going to have to. Lego, why don't you have me do this instead? Alright. For those who say I rant too much, yeah, I mean, you have to. Remember, on my work versus Lego's work, I revise my work about 15-20 times before it's even a tutorial. See, I can't get these on here. There's no way. So we're going to make this thing down to a 7. I'm going to say the book is somewhat hard to follow. And 2, the builds are somewhat brittle. We started off, it was really good, a really good build. And now we're getting into the point where even I can't, I got full-grown hands and I still can't, like these are just wanting to come apart. It's just, you know, so be it. So it's, might be lucky this thing getting down to a 5. All right. Hopefully we can get this one on here. Even my nephew's getting home from work and I thought I'd have this done before he'd get here. He blares that radio out in his truck. He's already blown out the factory speakers. And he wanted me to replace them for him. I said, nope, that's your job. You blew them out? That's on you. I said, no, I'm not buying anything for that. You messed it up. You know, looks like some kind of a cradle, maybe a crib, and that goes right in there. All right, now we're going to turn our attention in here. So you got a better angle than I do, to be honest. And now we come in here. Okay, if it sticks out there, I think we're good because that's what the manual shows. Even the bed sticks out. Okay. And I will be right back. All right. In addition to saving my work, removing a file, the battery was going dead on this thing. So this camera must not really like this set today. All right. So back into here. Yeah, it's this set has been this is really just big today. So I was hoping this would be a very quick installment, not close to. I'm hoping it's not going to be 2 hours because editing a 2-hour 4K video is kind of brutal. It's usually 3 bags is pretty good. It's about maybe an hour and no more than an hour and 10 minutes. But when they're small pieces like this, it just takes a lot longer than just breezing through a bunch of 2x4 bricks and plates and then saying we're done. All right. And looks like we got some mushrooms in there. Let's see here. Brazier shrooms. Alright, well, I guess that's it is what it is. So we'll just start building these right now. And yeah, this is one of those sets that it's going to take us some time to do. You cannot build this in one day. I wish you could. So if you're watching this and you're struggling, yeah, we're struggling too. And yep, lots of this stuff. Where did this come off? Well, we're already at a flat 7, so we'll leave it like that for right now. Let's leave it leaning off to the side. And yeah, things are just they're falling off here. Everything's just falling off, just trying to pick up parts. So we're at a good solid 7 right now. Any more things? I'll drop it down to a 6 because this is getting to it's getting to a point where it's getting unstable. All right, now I have patience to put this big stuff together, but I've noticed more things are just breaking off. So I got to find out where that goes. Yeah, it's this is for 18 plus. There's no way a little kid could put this together and have the patience to do so. And my patience is already wearing thin with this. Okay. It'd be nice if they mix some of the big and small stuff together, but it's like that. Lego. That was on all the way. All right. I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it. And we're not. No, we're not done. We got more shrooms to make. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not just accessories at this point. But I have a feeling that with the small parts, it's probably what we're going to be focusing on as accessories through the remainder of the build. I may end up doing for the next, because I don't want to have like 20 build installments with these, because it does get kind of gruesome after a while. And yes, we got iron shrooms. Isn't that cool? We got another shroom to build. They're essentially the same thing, as different colors. More like concrete than anything else. Concrete shroom that's got that concrete color to it. And I haven't played this game in so long, and I know somebody's going to say, well, you should know all this. No, I don't know everything. So, and then these go... Okay, I put this one... No, this goes here. Okay. Huh. Never seen that before. Stars? Huh. Okay, well, what does that mean here? Oh. We got a printed part in there, buried in here. I've never seen that before. Well, it tells us what it is here. It is the Koroks? I don't know. I have no clue. And at this point, my eyes are starting to get tired. I have work to do tomorrow and kind of don't want to do it. It shows stars, but does that mean we're finished? I thought maybe it glows in the dark, but no, it doesn't. That'd have been kind of cool. It just sits right in there like that. See, it looks brighter on your end. And then now we turn to here in this area. And you got to put these right in between these studs. So I'm going to see here. Yeah, that's where we want to start with. So start right there. If you got very big hands, good luck. I can only get them in if I have something on the top, but yeah, you just have to fight with us like I am. A buddy of mine that put this together, I don't know how he survived through this because I'm having a hard time. But he does a lot of the Lego more full-time than I do. I'm just kind of cramped on time right now. Time is not on my side. Just don't have enough of it. Okay, and this goes right in the middle there. Must be a fire pit or something. It looks like we're putting in some rocks around here, but video games are kind of weird sometimes. You don't know what we're doing here. I have a feeling what's going to kill this set, though, is the build experience. Now, if I put something in the wrong place and it crumbles apart, that's my fault. But maybe it's a cauldron, we don't know. And we have this and a dark orange minifigure head. And what else goes on after that? Sorry if I have to keep pulling things away. And this goes right... Now I see why some of you were requesting this set. Probably you were having difficulties like I am. You're not alone. just realize, just like, okay, at least I'm not alone here. Jay's even having some difficulties with it too. Now I can handle the tiles. These are trivial. I put a lot of this stuff together on my own builds, so it's not terribly bad there. And then, yeah, their colors are a bit off in the book. Boy, look at the color on this. I mean, yeah, it's yeah. And they show that these come out. We put them in, now we got to take them out? Why? Okay. But they show her, but where does she go? Oh, she goes in there. Well, we're not going to put her in there because Zelda doesn't need to be locked up right now. We got to put her on exhibit first before we can do that. And okay. Yeah, I've never had it to where I ran out of memory card in these, but there's a first for everything. Not sure what that's for. And then it goes in here. Oh, you know what they want? They want the tile out of her hand. So this comes off real easily. So these were meant to come off. And what they did is, boy, that's crooked. Oh, that's because I didn't push it in all the way. All right, let's see here. Sorry if my hands are in the way. I need that tile right there. So take that out. And put that on here. It's probably the magical book of spells that Gargamel uses to try to get the Smurfs. That cranky old book that always grants him the 3 wishes until the sun goes down. Alright, I gotta point this my way. I can't even see it here. Okay, I'm just pushing at the bottom, and so that's what yours should look like there. And then this goes back over it here. Why don't we just keep that tile in there with this instead of like that? They show both sides of it opening up, because there's stuff that goes in this side over here. So I swear we're getting this done, folks. We're getting there. It's going to happen. Because I got something I got to get done. And I didn't know that this was going to run close to 8 o'clock at night. Alright, so we got some power-ups here. We only have one of each. I got a couple of these, so maybe I forgot some hard tiles. We will take a look when I'm done here. Okay, let's see. Alright. So these go in here. So these are actually, I thought they were just sides. No, they're actually hidden compartments. And no, I did not watch somebody else's review on this set. That's why I'm kind of guessing at a lot of these things. So these go in there like that, and you put the cover back on, and then we're done. Now we got to figure out where that piece went. Oh, it went right here. Right at this corner here. That's if I can get that in there. Be careful, because those come off pretty easily, I guess. And that's it for bag 12. That was pretty brutal. I mean, we're getting close. Had one extra one of these heart tiles, but I don't know where it would have gone in here, because I counted everything, and we pretty much have all this here. So it's hard to say. Sometimes Lego will stuff parts in here. Maybe they're trying to give me show a little extra love because of the part they forgot. And that's what we have remaining for bag 12. So, Summation of Thoughts. Now the build is getting challenging. I'm already having problems putting this big thing together. And yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. Let's blow this booger out here a little bit here. Alright, we already are blown out here. And yeah, I'm still satisfied with the build. I'm just not satisfied with the part that's missing, which I'm going to be honest, kind of spoils the build. I know some out there are very nice on that. I'm not too nice. And in addition to that missing, we had that random 1x1 brick that was in red. But yeah, that's not too bad. And then we got this stuff over here. I got to set up and make a thumbnail here, so I got to take it off of this thing. We can do that right now. But if you want a challenging build, here you go. Just be very careful with it. But it looks like the mouth just stays open. You think it'd be more stiffer than this. But we're not close, we're not done with it yet. That's about as close as I can get it to close, but the eyebrows moves, he's mad, he's screaming at me because I couldn't get it right the first time. I'm sorry, Deku, your tree was missing its limbs. I had to dig in my own box of limbs to get them out. So hopefully we can start filling this part in now. So that's the lever that makes it work. I don't know. A buddy of mine, I don't think his stays open like that. You think it'd be like this at least, but it's like there's not enough weight to it. I don't know. But anyways, it's fun nonetheless. Where's the booklet? I just had it and I lost it. Now let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't show the mouth closed all the way. That's what mine looks like. So I guess that's how it's supposed to be. It's right about there, so that's probably how it is. But if it's a challenging build, it's fun and colorful. At least it's not boring. We've just been doing the tree part, but it looks more like some creepy cave than anything else. But yeah, it's not a bad build, but well, tell me what you think.